Okay, so the issue that we had here was that thread there that holds the tube in place, it's worked its way in to the point where this can't actually pick up on it to tighten it. Okay, it's been on a few forums that there's some issues with it. So what we've managed to do now is, with some very delicate tools, we've managed to wind that back out. I think that actual thread there is supposed to be Loctited into the mechanism inside the collar that moves, but what happens is it just has released and it's worked its way all the way in, and then you're not able to take up the thread with this, so therefore you're ending up not tightening. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this thread all the way out, because it's now destroyed, because we've had to grab it with pointy nose pliers and pull it out, and then replace the thread with a slightly longer one, so that if it does happen to move in, it can't disappear. But also what we'll do is we'll create a thread that will have a slot in the end of it, so that if it does happen to move back in there again, that you can actually put a flathead screwdriver in there and wind it out without having to destroy the thread to do it. So you can see that there's actually some sort of like a glue or Loctite or something or other on the end of the thread, which is obviously not maintained its position into that collar that's in there. So it's worked its way in, become flush with the outer body, so that then this is unable to actually thread onto the thread. So see, it's too short, and the hole where it goes into, it's supposed to actually stick out. When you buy the machine new, it sticks out about that far, which allows you then to thread it on. You can see that bit of Loctite on the end there. So what they've done is they've made the collar, and then they've just Loctited a thread in there. But over a period of time, when you're tightening, and this is only a period of a few weeks, you're tightening, and the thread has actually wound its way in and not been able to see how it was right the way in, and you couldn't actually pick up the thread with your locking mechanism there. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do an alteration, and we're going to make the thread a little longer, and so therefore it can't go in too far, or we may even we need to make a new thread now anyway, because we've fucked the end of it pulling it out. But as you can see, it's a fair bit damaged there. The other thing you can do to stop that from happening is you can wind the thread out before it becomes too damaged or too far in, and then you can put a little spacer of like a piece of stainless steel wire of say a couple of millimeters or something in there, so that it won't go in, and that may alleviate that. Or you can take it out altogether and make a longer thread so that it sticks out a bit further, so that you're not going to have the problem of it working its way into the body and losing it, not being able to put the wing nut clamp onto it. So there you go, that's it. We're going to alter it. Old school tattoo ingenuity. These new fandangled machines, they're all well and good until something goes wrong, and then